Live in Times Square in New York City. I've got my good friend Dustin Stanley here with me. Dustin, welcome, man.
How you doing, Nick?
It's good to have you, man. It's we've been hanging out, and I love what you do because there's it's hard when people at a position in their life they have to pick a financial advisor.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important things they can do, and especially when people are getting ready for retirement. It's something that you only get one good shot at.
Yep.
If not, you can't retire,
That's
right?
right. That's
so
right.
Tell our viewers a little bit about what you do and how you do it, and then I'll dig in with you.
Well, like you were just saying, it's one of the most important, I believe, one of the most important careers or jobs that you can have. You know, a doctor can save your life, but I always like to say I can save lifestyles.
Nice.
So you're right. There is no reset button. If you've been in retirement and something goes wrong, you can't hit reset. You're kind of stuck. So it's important to work with somebody that knows these types of things and make sure they plan for the potential pitfalls that could happen.
Absolutely, because the key to this whole thing, again, what most people don't understand, most people who are getting ready to retire within 5 to 10 years of retirement, let's say, have worked with someone either at their bank or their uncle's, cousin's, brother's roommate.
Right, yeah.
Because everyone's a financial advisor.
Right.
You know that, and I know that. But when it starts getting time to start talking about retirement, what most people don't understand, sadly, is the person who helped them accumulate their wealth usually don't have the specialization they need to help them distribute their wealth in a safe way. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's I mean, thousands, maybe millions of advisors that are out there that can help you accumulate. They're used to taking a lot of risk, and they're using strategies where the fluctuations in the market.
Because time's on their side.
Right. You got plenty of time to make up for big drops, you know, if you're in your 30s and maybe even 40s. But once you get beyond your 40s into your 50s and 60s, now you've got time is kind of it's not on your side anymore.
Right.
So a big market drop, when that happens, it's going to take some time to get back to even, and you just don't have that when you're in retirement.
Got that. Now, here's the deal. You've been helping people for years in tell me the cities you're in that you're working in.
Yeah, so
Louisville, I know.
Our main hub is in Louisville.
Right.
And we've expanded into Indianapolis, Lexington, we're going into Cincinnati, and then even Nashville in the coming years. So we started in Louisville, though, so that's always going to be our home.
I love it, man. Now, all right, so there's a lot of people watching this who are saying, man, this message is resonating with me, but I don't know what I would do next. Let's tell them a little bit about how some strategies where you can keep your money safe, because the problem, a lot of people, they go into they think diversification means different stocks, or different mutual funds.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about how people could start thinking and understand safe money.
Well, what we want to do is we talk a lot about something called the rule of 100, and it's basically a very simple rule. You just look at your age. You take your age from the number 100. That's the percentage of your portfolio you want completely safe. So let's say we have someone that's 65 years old and they have $1 million in total in their portfolio. Well, that would mean they would want about $650,000 in a safe and protected environment. Then if they're comfortable with risk, then they can go out and take some risk with the balance. Now, a lot of times when people think about safety, they think, okay, savings account or money market. That's not what I'm talking about, because you want to at least keep up with inflation, hopefully outpace it a little bit, which, I mean, historically, we need to at least make 3% a year, or we're losing money safely. So we want to use strategies where we're getting consistent returns in the single digits, but we're not dealing with a lot of volatility.
I love it. Now, I like to ask this question, guys like you. If you could go back to the first day you started helping people with their finances and give yourself some advice on investing, what would it be?
Well, it would have been get into it earlier, because, I mean, I don't even feel like it's a job now. I love what I do. I mean, people talk about 40-hour work weeks. I work 70, 80, 90 hours a week, but I don't consider it work. I love it. I love helping people and making the type of differences that I'm able to make. People come into my office and they think they're going to have to work for 15 or 20 more years, and retirement's just a dream to them. But then when we run a retirement income plan where we'll literally plug every investment they have into a software program, we look at how to leverage their assets to give them guaranteed income for the rest of their lives. We look at inflation, we look at Social Security. If they have a pension, we help them to maximize that. And we can mathematically test to see if their money's going to last as long as they do. And I tell you, Nick, sometimes people come into the office and they're thinking in their mind, I've got 20 more years left. And I tell them, you can retire right now. You no longer have to work unless you want to.
Right.
I have had, I've had probably 5 or 8 people that have just broke down crying in front of me. So it's just amazing, the feeling. I get cold chills right now talking about it. It's an amazing feeling to be able to really help someone to accomplish their dreams and start living life like they want to.
I love it, man. And I know there's people watching this right now who are sick of that sick feeling. They wake up every morning to check the newspaper or the financial news, and they just feel that their mood and their money's going up and down with the whims of politics in the market. And they want to find someone like you to help them. How can they do that?
Well, the easiest way you could get on our website. We've got a weekly TV show. We're doing lots of educational workshops all around the country. But the easiest way would be to get on swdgroup.com and find out what time our TV is scheduled in your city, or they can obviously come to one of our workshops.
That's great, man. I'm sure plenty of people do that. Dustin, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much, Nick.
All right, we'll be right back here on Wall Street Today.